what they say out of their mouth and what they do are completely two different things. Meanwhile, we got people out there saying Mel Carmine is a gangster. Mel Carmine is a criminal. Can you show me the crime? Can you show me the conviction? Yes, of course we got to get paid. We're fighting a war. You want us to fight a war with broke soldiers? These are words that were thought up in Langley at CIA headquarters, and they throw it out there, and you guys are a bunch of parakeets. And you regurgitate, yeah, oh, patriot, oh, be a patriot, 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 patriot. And you all do the same fucking thing. There's all patriot. Stop it. Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. They thought of that word conspiracy. They put it out here. Oh, you're a conspiracy. You're a conspiracy theorist. You're a conspiracy theorist. Parakeets, 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 parakeets. Parakeets! We have been invaded by parakeets. Stop it. The movie, the reason why we need to sell the movie is because we have projects. We're the good guys. You got to shop with the good guys. You shop with the bad guys, bad shit happens. You keep giving the money to the IRS, and then you wonder why the monster is still lurking at your window. You're either going to be a sheep in this lifetime or you're going to be a sheepdog. Because if you think Zuckerberg's going to wake up tomorrow, that drone, whatever he is, and he's going to say, oh, we're going to fix Facebook so that it's going to be friendly for everybody and everybody can sing Kumbaya. You're absolutely fucking delusional. Gabish? Well, these control buttons are going to end up in the hands of Mel Carmine and the Jerry Reids of the world, etc. You know why? Because we said enough is enough. Enough is enough. I get frustrated for a reason. How much are we going to experience? I don't know. It's exciting. Now they're trying to sell you the propeller shit for the cars, the flying cars. I want to get back to that. That is a nonsense story. That they're jerking everybody around with this freaking propeller shit, with the helicopter. Stop it already. We're not stupid. Give us the real shit that you're hiding, not this propeller shit. Stop fluffing our balls. There's nothing wrong with people making money. Nothing. Why is Anderson Pooper, Jerkoff, and Wolfowitz and all these guys out there, they're allowed to make millions of dollars per year. They're allowed to travel first class. Some of them maybe private jet from the company, whatever. They're allowed to stay in $2,000 hotel rooms. They're allowed to sleep in $10,000 mattresses. They're allowed to rent a Mercedes when they get to their, business, whatever. They're allowed to eat 5-star meals, but the people like Nino Rodriguez and Mel Carmine have to suck wind. Stop it. I said to stop it. And start thinking the right way. You want your soldiers well funded. You want your soldiers to be able to kick ass. You want them to be, the last stress they need to have is a monetary stress. A structure so deeply embedded, most of those inside it don't even realize what they are a part of. Institutions you trusted operating within a framework you were never meant to question. And while you worked, struggled to survive, something bigger was moving behind the curtain. In this documentary, we exposed the largest financial deception in the history of mankind. Not with options, but with evidence. Irrefutable, irrevocable, undeniable. This is not about politics. This is about power. This is about control. And most importantly, this is about you. Because the moment you truly see it, the illusion collapses, the distractions lose its grip, the noise disappears, and the question becomes unavoidable. When this film is released, the truth will no longer be hidden. It will be undeniable, uncontainable, unstoppable. My job is to expose it. Your job is to make sure the world sees it. Now, will you have the courage to face it, to share it, to break free from the system that was designed to keep you enslaved forever? Or will you ignore the greatest revolution of our time? The truth is here. You will either stand up and help us dismantle the Matrix, or the Matrix will enslave you and your family for 1,000 years to come. The choice is yours. God knows I did my job. If you don't think Mel Carmine does not read the comments, you'll be making a huge mistake. I do, not all the time. So my time is very limited. I'm one of the busiest guys on planet Earth. I don't say that lightly. But I just recently did a video. I'm thankful for people like Michael Jaco, who constantly invite me back on his show, and his beautiful wife Tracy. And they understand the full picture. They understand the importance of cross pollination. I wish that I could embed that in every podcaster out there. Unfortunately, every podcaster out there, I've said that publicly many times off camera, and I'll say it on camera. They think the planet belongs to them. This is my planet, my mind, mine, because they have a scarcity mentality. I have an abundance mentality. As big as I think it is, as much as I think there is out there, it's 100 times bigger than that. I'm sure, maybe even 1,000 times more abundance. And Mel Carmen has an abundant way of thinking, extremely abundant. And what they say out of their mouth and what they do are completely two different things. Now, I do read the comments and they don't bug me, but I do have to answer some of you. Lady said, "You are embarrassing us that we don't have the $5.89 to watch the movie." Get your neighbor, say, "Listen, I want to come watch the movie with you." She'll probably say, "You know what? Don't worry about it. I got this for $5.89, and you get a whole bunch of people watching the movie for $5.89. You can all chip in, 49 cents each. I don't care how you do it. Watch the movie. Why do I need to raise, $500,000, $1 million all the time? Because I got projects. I got ambitions to bring this planet so that it works the proper way, the way you want it to work. Not the way I want it to work, but the way you want. I'm delivering to you what you want. And I know exactly what everybody wants. I know exactly what everybody needs. I know exactly what all the podcasters. There's so many things that I want to tell you so bad. But I know that I got to bite my tongue. But we are launching our own social media platform. I will tell you that in no uncertain terms. And it is going to be light years ahead of everything else. And I won't tell you why. You'll have to go do your own homework. But you can have all the money in the world, and you don't have the resources, and you're like a four-wheel or all-wheel drive pickup truck with massive tires on it, stuck in the mud, you ain't going anywhere. I have the resources. I need more money. I'm investing a lot of my own money into this project. I need more money so that it comes out exactly, we could cook the cake the proper way. So, but when you get people saying, look at him, he's got that big chair, King Mel Carmine, blah, 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 it doesn't, it does, look, do I look to you like I'm aging? I'm going to be 63. I look beautiful. I look amazing. I don't age. I don't get bothered with this stuff. But sometimes I have to answer it because it needs to. So we're coming out with a better mousetrap. And when you hear what this thing is, this is the reason why we need to sell a million or as many as possible. 100,000 will be the first plateau we need to get to. If we get to 100,000 people giving us $5.89, would be tremendous. Okay. I could tell you that it's an ambitious project. I can't tell you why, and I got to think before I talk because one loose lips sink ships, and my project can end up in the wrong hands, and then down the road they'll bastardize it, and then you'll be back to square one. You'll be back to a YouTube that, suppresses people and what have you. So you can almost understand how I think and what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to verbalize because I don't want to give anybody any ammunition out there. But I will tell you this: Tube 1776 by October, November of this year will be launched. We have investors. We have other investors on the horizon as well that look like they want to invest as well. It's a huge project. It's massive. Now, I understand people are hurting out there. I get the fact that people are hurting out there. But $5.89 for crying out, I should have charged $10.89 for this movie. I didn't do that because I don't want to price. I want to make it so cheap that a million people say, you know what, Mel, that's so cheap for the information, and the information is accurate. Yes, you're worth 200 million, 300 million, 500 million, $1 billion. Some of you, multiple billions of dollars. You get a marriage license, a hunting license, a fishing license, a divorce license. You're stupid enough to get remarried, another marriage license. You go get remarried 5 times. You get 5 marriage licenses, 5 divorce licenses. Some of you. Those are all licenses. You go through the red light, you get a ticket. You go 12 miles over the speed limit, that's another ticket. You realize just one ticket that gets traded on your bond number, which is your social security number, with your all caps names, which is not you. You're made by God, not by the state, with the all caps name. The corporation, which is a corpse. A corpse is dead. If you people knew what we know, you would stop paying your mortgages, you would stop paying your car loans, you would stop paying your student loans, you would stop going to court, because the person they're calling to court is not you. They can't even legally, they cannot come arrest you. Now, do they do that? Yes, because this is the corporation. They think they're in charge. Yes, we got all the black robe judges, we got all the illegal police policy enforcers, etc. If these cops would only stop and do their homework, oh my God, what a better world this would be, because I believe a lot of them could be very nice people behind that badge and that uniform. Yes, a lot of them are scumbags. We've seen the videos. Shame on you guys. You guys are not part of the solution. You guys are part of the problem. You guys are not, you guys are a liability, not an asset. You understand? I like law enforcement people that do their job. You know, you got a kid that's being beat up by the mother and father or being abused, go do your job. You got a wife or a husband that's being battered, go do your job. You got an elderly woman that's being, beat up on the street. Listen, I'm not a cop. But if I'm driving down the street and there's no cops around to help, and there's an old lady being beat up by a 25-year-old guy, or somebody's trying to steal her pocketbook and punching her or whatever, I'm pulling over. And you know what's going to happen next, right? Right? You feeling me? Right? Okay? So the bottom line is this. You're either going to be a sheep in this lifetime, or you're going to be a sheep dog. I think you could figure out which one Mel Carmine is. There's a lot of people that don't like me. I don't lose any sleep over. I've lost relationships. There'll be people that you'll never see back on the show here ever again, and you'll figure it out. These are people that mention the word God every other sentence, okay? And they backstab you so hard that I left this particular person a message without mentioning who they are, because I don't want to waste too much time on this bullshit. I said, you want to backstab Mel Carmine, get in line, take a number, get your favorite knife, and wait your turn. I'm not going to waste time with these people. I got bigger fish to fry. I'm trying to fix a lot of stuff on this. You want to fix something? Find something that's broken and go fix it. They've created a lot of vacuums out there. Pick a vacuum that turns you on, whether it's chemtrails, whether it's Facebook. Hey, you don't like Facebook? You think you could do a better platform than Facebook? Go at it. Go do it. Go raise the money. Go do it. Because if you think Zuckerberg's going to wake up tomorrow, that drone, whatever he is, and he's going to say, oh, we're going to fix Facebook so that it's going to be friendly for everybody and everybody can sing Kumbaya. You're absolutely fucking delusional. Gabish. You'll lose your mind if you think that that's going to happen. It will snow in Miami in August 28 feet before that happens. Not going to happen. I did the movie Dear Mr. President about censorship. Where did that go? Well, yeah, I think out of it came the actual executive order, presidential executive order, that they're not allowed to censor anymore. How did that go? Did YouTube all of a sudden decide, oh yeah, we're not going to censor Mel Carmine anymore? Look at my numbers, man. Look at my numbers. I mean, I had, as in past tense, Let me go to my actual channel. All right. I used to have 30,000, not a big deal. 30,000, this is just on Rumble alone. Now I have two channels on Rumble. 30,300 people. 30,300 people. In the last 9 months, 10 months, they rolled me back by 200 people. The same content that is allowing me to grow by maybe 3,000 people in the last 10 months on YouTube, the same content I put on YouTube is the same content identical that I put on Rumble. Well, Rumble decides they don't like Mel Carmine. So what? They just turn you back. Oh, no, Rumble doesn't censor. Bullshit. It's very selective. They might like somebody like Michael Jaco. They might like somebody like, Scott McKay. They might like Nino Rodriguez, and they allow them to thrive. But if they think you are antipatico, like me, they say, fuck this guy. So some liberal asshole is sitting behind the controls that goes to work every day, who probably lives at home with mama and papa, maybe making, $80,000 a year, who's got a control button. And that's his claim to fame. He's got a control button to control Mel Carmine. Well, these control buttons are going to end up in the hands of Mel Carmine and the Jerry Reids of the world, etc. You know why? Because we said enough is enough. Enough is enough. You want to fix something? I wish I could tell you the secret sauce recipe. Part of me wants to tell you so bad, so bad. And part of me says, Mel, shut the fuck up. There's one word. If I could say that one word, it would turn every single one of you on. But with that one word, you might be able to go and start building your own shit. And we don't know who is who. Mel Carmine wears his heart on his sleeve. All these people out there that don't like me, hey, congratulations. Don't let the fucking door hit you in the butt, motherfucker. Get out of here. Leave. See ya. Mel Carmine got here without you. All of a sudden, oh, Mel Carmine, King Carmine with the big chair. I've had this chair for 6 years. I wear it well, don't I? And where are you? Sitting there. Why don't you go get a microphone? You think this is easy? Go get a microphone. Go ahead. Go fight this war. Then we can critique and criticize you. I got big fish to fry. I don't have time here to sit here and bicker with all these keyboard warriors from their basements. You understand? We got a war to fight here, folks. And you're not going to win this war. Everybody wants to tell you how to grow food and how to do this and how to do that. Meanwhile, somebody is in charge of the microphone. You are not in charge of the microphone. And if YouTube says you can't tell people how to grow food, then that's what happens. I get frustrated for a reason. I get frustrated for a reason. And I think my reasons are very valid. I really believe that. Guys, don't forget to shop with the good guys, okay? QFS1776.com, the holy grail of what's to come. Do not fall. You have to register your XRP in the Quantum wallet. That's a thieves wallet, not the Quantum wallet. I'll repeat, that's a thieves wallet. The minute you move your XRP, Mel Carmine and his boys over in Brooklyn couldn't get it back for you. Understand? It's over. Some guy hiding in some freaking VPN somewhere in Bali or Philippines or wherever, or China, and they got your money, and they're not going to give it back. So don't fall for that. Oh, you got to register your XRP with the Nasara Jasara infrastructure. Otherwise, it's worth nothing. It's a scam. If I was a bad guy, would I tell you that? If I was a bad guy, would I open your eyes to that? But so many people sit here and point their finger and say, Mel Carmine is a criminal. Not knowing that when I moved to Costa Rica, I paid $500 to have an FBI clearance, filed that thick, Costa Rica, because Costa Rica passed a law a few years ago when I moved there in 2012. They don't want no more criminals. So I had to do a background check. Meanwhile, we got people out there saying Mel Carmine is a gangster. Mel Carmine is a criminal. Can you show me the crime? Can you show me the conviction? Can you show me Mel Carmine even doing any? The only time I did in jail was for beating somebody into a coma. His name is Kevin Daphne. Long, long, long time ago. It was my 20s. Seaside Park borders something called Seaside Heights, New Jersey. I was in Seaside Park, not Seaside Heights, right on the border, right on the boardwalk. Long story. But I spent 8 days and I will never go back. Okay? Never, ever go back. And it cost a few $100s. But my mom said, you know what? I'd rather you went to jail and I had to pay for the other guy because you beat the shit out of that guy than the other way around. And I tend to agree with her. You know, sometimes it's better to give than to receive. That's for sure. But anyway, that's one of those times. But anyway, I will tell you that, you know, years ago, I have this vision in my head, and I have this vision in my head to make a better platform for you guys, for all you guys that you might be a podcaster, you might not like Mel Carmine too much, and that's okay. I love you. I love you. I really mean that. I love you. Okay. And I want to bring this platform to you guys so bad because you'll be treated so much better here. And when you understand the mechanics of it all, you'll start to maybe like Mel Carmine a little bit. I think you'll like me actually a lot. But I'm not here for a popularity contest. I couldn't give a fuck whether you like me or you don't like me. Really, I really mean that. But I will tell you that years ago, I saw a movie when I was in 7th grade, Carlstadt, New Jersey, borders East Rutherford. Okay, borders. Uh, I can't think of all of the towns now. Damn it, East Rutherford is the next town over. What's the other town over? Wellington. I can't think. It's been a long time. Rutherford, East Rutherford, Woodridge. Okay, that area. And they brought us to the gymnasium. I know some of you have heard the story, but I got to tell it for the new people. And they brought us to the gymnasium. There's like 1,700 chairs laid out. And they showed us a movie about the future that we're living in right now. I saw it in 7th grade, and I have a photographic memory of this. And I got to tell you, it was an incredible movie about flying cars, not flying cars with propellers. They're fluffing your balls. They're jerking you around. All right. They have stuff. And I know, so I talked to Juanito. I just did a recent, and specifically before we turned on the record button. And he's at the airport in Miami. And I said, you know, they're wasting your time. You should have that machine here. He goes, I know. And I know, he goes, that they have it. We're talking anti-gravitic propulsion system, zero mass inertia inside the craft. No, you don't drive it. You don't fly it. It flies with artificial. There's going to be millions of highways painted in the skies at all different levels and all different directions. It's going to pick the best highway for you, this artificial intelligence highway that's painted in the sky, and it's going to take you there within 30 minutes. And now the United States government has the patents, look it up, on teleportation. But because we missed this whole generation of having a flying car in a garage, I want one. I think Juanito wants one too. So maybe I'll get tired. Maybe Juanito will get tired in 8 months, 9 months, a year, maybe 5 years. Maybe we'll never get tired. Maybe we like to have that machine in our, because we're supposed to go through that entire generational shift. Of even though I have a machine, maybe in 1972, when I got to the United States, they probably already had it. Being able to fly anywhere in the world in 30, 40 minutes. And I'm okay with that. I don't necessarily need to teleport. I mean, if I had to choose, even though I don't know the difference between one or the other, because I haven't experienced either or, I think I would still pick the flying car. Something about having a physical, something that you might have to wax every now and then, wax on, wax off, is cool. Maybe they'll have a car wash for flying cars. You'll go real slow, maybe like, a quarter of a mile an hour, just fly right through, and it's beautifully clean, polished, whatever. Or maybe they have technology that doesn't even get dirty. Who the hell knows? Right? So, but don't forget also, if you're down in Cape Canaveral, staying alive with two E's, okay, 166 Center Street, Suite 200 upstairs on the second floor. Come on down. We're talking about potentially doing another summit, a junior summit. We're trying to get coincide with the dates that work for Juanito, because I think Juanito wants to be there. He wants to talk specifically about, technology like the flying cars and the med beds, what's real, what's not, what's bullshit, etc. All right. Him and I have quite amazing conversations when we're not recording. And some of these conversations are exactly about that. I can tell you that him and I are on the same page on a lot of stuff. Now, I don't know. The one thing that I tend to, and I'm just speculating, I don't know this to be for real. He says that he doesn't think that they have technology that can regrow limbs. And I say, I don't know. I say that there's a 50, 60% chance that they do have that technology as far as the celestial chambers or med beds, as you like people like to call it out there. But I can tell you that that's exciting stuff because look, the pursuit of youthness I saw years ago. I never forget things that I see that really attract me. One time I got an advertisement in the mail, and I actually hired this guy, and he was the exterminator that would come to one of our pizza shops in Carlstadt. Okay, and sent me a little flyer in the mail that said, "If you have great food, one person will tell 100, but if you have cockroaches, one person will tell 1,000." And that stuck with me. And I called the guy and I said, "Hey, I got a couple of cockroaches around. Can you come and spray once a month?" Yes. Okay. Same thing. I went to a bank one day and I saw a big poster, Bank of America. And it said, when you're young, you'll chase all of your energy and time chasing money. And when you're old, you'll spend all your money chasing youth. That's exactly where we are. Now, do I believe we have technology that we could live to be thousands of years old? Absolutely. David Sinclair, follow him. David Sinclair is at the precipice in the medical industry, doing it the right way for the first time, not with medicine, but being able to literally rejuvenate cells to the point where they're actually not just charged to 90 millivolts, but they're actually 20-year-old cells. Where it actually, by doing this within 6 weeks, you'll start to see your wrinkles go away and you'll get younger and younger and younger. I don't know how long that process is going to take. We're guesstimating 18 to 24 months. As somebody who's 90 could probably go back to looking like, a good looking 35, 40 years old. That's an achievement. Okay. And we're talking about the beginning stages of people being able to experience 250, 350 years old, 400 years old, in that range. That's huge. Because imagine how much technology is coming in 400 years. If you're able to live that long, how much technology we're going to experience in the next 400 years. People are dying at 75, 85, 90 years old. And now you got a technology that allows you to live 300. That's 2.5 times what you already lived, an average person lives, more. 2.5 times. That's huge. How much are we going to experience? I don't know. The only thing is it's exciting. Okay. Now they're trying to sell you the propeller shit for the cars, the flying cars. I want to get back to that. That is a nonsense story. That they're jerking everybody around with this freaking propeller shit with the helicopter. Stop it already. We're not stupid. Give us the real shit that you're hiding, not this propeller shit. Stop fluffing our balls. I know somebody say, "Mel, you're so rude. I can't believe you said that." And I had my 5-year-old grandson near the TV. I'm rated R. Okay? When you see Mel Carmen, you just think rated R. If you have freaking kids in front of the TV, move them out of the way. Because I'm not going to change. I told my wife years ago, I said, if I'm going to do this, I got to be myself. If people can accept me for who I am, fine. If they can't, celebrate, I'll go back to selling energy deregulation and everything will be hunky dory. And I can still do that right now because I got friends of mine that are still back in that business kicking ass after the COVID-19 thing, right? That's what put me out of business, the COVID-19. Somebody else was in charge, you know? And I got to tell the story because I got kicked off of not I got kicked off of many X live channels, but not many, but a few, a handful. And there's a few people out there that don't like me. Again, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. But I was trying to tell these people is they couldn't wrap their mind why Donald Trump was endorsing that medical procedure during, COVID, right? And I'm trying to keep this so that we can put it on the tube, right? That fluff tube, as Nino likes to call it. By the way, Nino's gonna be in Vegas. I'll tell that story in a second. So anyway, the COVID, right? I said I know exactly why Donald Trump did what he did and how he did it, and it's the right thing to do. Remember Operation Warp Speed, where supposedly they went and supposedly figured out the vaccine and it was great and it was wonderful, whatever. But that was not really the story. The real story behind the scenes, from what I understand, was that basically they flooded the market with placebos, sugar water. There's a lot of people took that thing and there was no reaction, no nothing. So you're probably a lot sweeter than what you were before you started, but you're still playing Russian roulette. So they couldn't understand why he was endorsing it. The reason why he was endorsing it is because people who die, let's say people died from that procedure, just argument's sake, and I'm leaving it vague. You know what procedure we're talking about, right? I don't have to make the gesture or nothing. If people die from that and those people are passed on, they can't do one thing. They can't defend themselves because they're dead. And whose doorstep will they pile those bodies on? Donald John Trump. They would pile them to the moon. And they would say it's his fault. He said not to take the procedure. You know which procedure we're talking about. And they passed on because of his big fat mouth, because he's wrong. He doesn't understand the medical industry. Okay. And they would pile up those bodies. And none of those people, those bodies that are piled up to the moon, could talk or defend themselves because they're all dead. Meanwhile, they didn't die from, right, 19, but the other thing. Do you understand the logic? Do you understand that if he had to go back and do it again, he has to do it exactly the same way? You get that? So getting back to Nino Rodriguez. Nino Rodriguez, I couldn't get him to come to any of my events. One of my clients who watches me, who also watches him, big fan of Nino Rodriguez, more so of Nino than he is of Mel. He didn't even know of my existence until he came to my center. And he said, "Could you get him here? Because if you can get him here, I will fly one of my private jets to go pick him up." His guy's got more than one private jet. He's a very, very wealthy individual. And I contacted Nino. I said, "I got a guy that will send you." No. How the hell did Juanito convince Nino to become the MC at the event that's coming up? Fight fraud, something. It's already sold out here. Don't even try to buy a ticket. It's sold out. RFK is going to be there. Roseanne Barr is going to be there. The big names are going to be there. I'm going to be there too. I'm not a big name, but I'll be there, front row. But anyway, needless to say, yeah, this is what Nino's gonna be down there, and I can't believe he's MC. I can't get him to come, and he gets him to MC. You know, you figure it out. And I'm sure that Juanito did not send him a freaking private jet either, if you know what I mean. But so anyway, guys, the movie. The reason why we need to sell the movie is because we have projects. We're the good guys. You got to shop with the good guys. You shop with the bad guys, bad shit happens. You keep giving the money to the IRS, and then you wonder why the monster is still lurking at your window. Okay? So we got huge plans. I wish that I could tell you, but hopefully by October, November, maybe a week before, there's going to be a little movie released that's going to tell you a week or two before, but we will create the buzz way before that the movie's coming, a little short movie, maybe a 6-minute movie. I should be able to explain the whole thing from A to Z in less than 6 minutes. And you will watch that movie and you will see that I was not at all exaggerating. This is going to be the most ambitious project I've done in my entire life. But it's not about me. It's about you, the people, mainly. And it's about the guys who are doing all the heavy lifting, mainly, not about me. And you'll see that. You will see that. And you'll say, how genius. Not that I'm a genius, but maybe I am. Who knows? The only thing I can tell you is that once it's released, you'll understand the the entire method to my madness. And I just had Kerry Cassidy come across my screen here saying, yes, she's going to be in Vegas. So Kerry Cassidy is going to be in Vegas. He's a big name. She used to have like hundreds of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people when there was somewhat the freedom of speech. Not even a lot. But I believe people like Nino are being censored, even though he's at 600,000 plus people. God bless him. He pumps out 3, 4 freaking videos a day. He's got a whole team that chops it up and does their magic. That's my dream, to be able to be like Nino. Okay, Nino's doing a great job. Good job, buddy. Can't wait to see you in Vegas. This will be my second time meeting Nino face to face. Hopefully, we can hang out this time. But anyway, needless to say that you know uh, Nino would be probably 5 million, 6 million on Tube 1776. 5 million, 6 million. People like Patrick Bet David, PBD, same thing. They would be 8 to 10 times bigger than what they are right now. Because one thing, obviously, you'll understand, there's not going to be any speed bumps, right? You know what I'm talking about. We're not going to allow uh, some artificial intelligence to dictate how big Mel Carmine, Nino, PBD, all these people can get. And I love every single one of you, because I'm gonna put my differences aside. It doesn't matter. You know who you are. And I'm gonna give you a level playing field. This is gonna be a level playing field like no other. And stop calling these people patriots. You like to get paid. I hate that. Yes, of course we got to get paid. We're fighting a war. You want us to fight a war with broke soldiers? These are words that were thought up in Langley at CIA headquarters, and they throw it out there, and you guys are a bunch of parakeets, and you regurgitate. Yeah, patriot, patriot. And you all do the same fucking thing. There's all patriot. Stop it. Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. They thought of that word conspiracy. They put it out here. Oh, you're a conspiracy. You're a conspiracy theorist. You're a conspiracy theorist. Parakeets. We have been invaded by parakeets. Stop it. There's nothing wrong with people making money. Nothing. Why is Anderson Pooper, Jerkoff, and Wolfowitz and all these guys out there, they're allowed to make millions of dollars per year. They're allowed to travel first class. Some of them maybe private jet from the company, whatever. They are allowed to stay in $2,000 hotel rooms. They're allowed to sleep in $10,000 mattresses. They're allowed to rent a Mercedes when they get to their, business, whatever. They're allowed to eat 5-star meals, but the people like Nino Rodriguez and Mel Carmine have to suck wind. Stop it. I said to stop it and start thinking the right way. You want your soldiers well funded. You want your soldiers to be able to kick ass. You want them to be, the last stress they need to have is a monetary stress. We will put that money, if somebody was able to pay us that kind of money, don't you think we would pay that money? We would move that money to fighting the war that we're trying to fight for our kids so that we can leave the planet better than what they gave it to us. You understand? The one thing I can't stand is the fact that when I look at the videos of 1970s and the 60s, how nice and skinny everybody was. There's no poisoning of the food. How long does it take to clean up the food? Gee, I wonder. How about just passing some really strong fucking laws and says on such a date at the stroke of midnight, this is the new law. Abide by it or suffer the consequences. These are the list of ingredients you cannot use. These are the list of ingredients you can use. Stop spraying our food with Soylent Green. Stop spraying our food with pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. Stop spraying altogether. We want organic, super organic, and only super organic. So help you God. How tough is it to get some of these police officers that are pulling people off the streets, get tell them to go get another job altogether. They shouldn't be the policies enforcers of anything. But let's get a police force that understands food, that endorses, that knows how to enforce these things, and let's get it cleaned up. How difficult is it to pass an executive order, Mr. Trump? I am not a bootlicker. I love Mr. Trump, and I think he's a genius. And I think he's going to go down as the best president this country has ever had. But how long does it take to sign an executive order? And the executive order is to order who? The air forces that are scattered throughout the nation, saying if you see these guys up there spraying, the executive order says that you guys are not even to call the White House for permission. You just go up and get them and land them. Well, Mel, you sound like a dictator. You want to keep breathing this shit in? I know I don't. I don't know what's in there, but it's not vitamin B12 or vitamin C. And it's not colloidal silver either. So whatever is in there is being administered by this guy, Bill Gates. You understand? And he doesn't like us too much. The guy that wants to make you meat, the guy that just released a bunch of ticks and fleas. Oh, conspiracy. Woo! And one of those things that's infected bites you in the wrong way and you start to get a rash and you no longer can eat the real stuff and you got to eat the fake meat so that Bill Gates can make another $1 trillion on top of your suffering. I don't even know why that guy's still walking the face of the earth, to be quite honest with you. I don't know why George Soros, I mean, again, Mr. President, Mr. President, dear Mr. President. People want to see the arrests, including me. Yes, I understand they've been screwing us for 100 years and we got to be patient, and we are. And I know that people like Juanito say, don't worry about it, relax, it's coming. And I know it's coming. But can we speed up the process a little bit, please? Just a little bit. Now we're talking about doing another summit. We don't know exactly when. I got to check with Juanito's schedule because he wants to come down and talk to us about this stuff, like I told you earlier. That's something you might want to stay tuned for. Those tickets will go very, very quickly as well. We're doing it at the center. We want you to experience. I got people calling me 3 days later. Goes, I cannot believe this, Mel. This guy Tony. As a matter of fact, I won't tell you his last name or where he lives, but he's buying a tremendous amount of silver from me, and over 100,000, whatever. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. What matters is that he called me 3 days after he comes to the junior summit that we held inside Staying Alive in Cape Canaveral, and says, I am not using my cane anymore. I've been using my cane for 12 years, Mel. I said, would you do me a favor? Would you call the center? He's on the verge of making a little recording and sending it to the center. So, Tony, if you're out there, I'm reminding you, we need that video. Okay. He's not using and he wasn't in there in a meditative mode because we were having a show. We're not meditating. Because if you sit there and you're in a relaxed mode and the entire place is set up as a healing center with the machines, within 5 minutes, 7 minutes, I don't care who you are, 99% of everybody's asleep. You fall asleep immediately. I know I do, okay? And I know a lot of people are like me. So you're over there listening to, freaking all these people up on stage, wonderful people like Tom Althouse from The Matrix, the guy that actually created The Matrix. And and Juanito so many wonderful people like Mike Barra. You're not in a meditative state of mind, but for that to happen, and there was other testimonials there as well. I can't remember all of them, but there was people like, oh my God, I had a rash on my face. I forget the lady's name. I had a rash on my face and it's gone, Mel. Not even 6 hours in the system. I've had this all my life, she said. It's like, can you see, like, you could see my face is red. It's like, and she was touching her face. You could see, like, it was like bloodshot. Like the blood flow was coming back and doing whatever the body's amazing. You know, the dude upstairs doesn't design junk. If you put the body in the right energy field, by the way, this is like not stuff it's even very hard to find on the internet. But if you were to go do some digging, you'll find this out. I know that my good friend Bill found out for me. He said, did you know that they have scalar biophotonic energy field around our aircraft when we go into war? I'll say that again. We have biophotonic scalar energy field around the aircraft when we go into war so that the enemy can't see us. That's what we have. I see a day here where I was coming back from Vegas. No, actually Los Angeles. And I'm sitting in this little minibus going to the parking lot to go pick up my car. And all of a sudden, the whole bus is talking about red light therapy, hyperbaric chambers, red light saunas. Like, what the hell's going on? So the vocabulary is changing out there. And I'm listening. I pay very, very close attention to what goes on because I understand the industry I'm in is maybe 18 months, 24 months away from literally turning it around. And when we turn it around, and all those trillions of dollars that are going every year to the medical industry start to come the other way and come through our door, and all of the holistic modalities out there that are worth a hoot, that's going to be a good day at the office, let me tell you. And I see that day coming. And we're about maybe 3 days away, 4 days away from launching a very, very impressive campaign. We produce some of the most amazing commercials, and we have an artificial intelligence marketing company offshore that they know how to target our people exactly, specifically the people that would like this kind of stuff in our geographic area. So I think we're going to, hit pay dirt on that very, very soon. So that's exciting. I'll report back on that as soon as I do, because I like to create another business out of that and put somebody in charge and call all the other centers and say, hey, listen, if you want to become license our name staying alive, we can bring you a lot of customers because we already figured it out in Cape Canaveral. And even with our low, low, low prices, this is a money machine. Even though I don't own it, by the way, I gave everything to God, religious, irrevocable trust. I own nothing. Everything that I had, I gave it all to God. If I need something, I ask God, hey, I need something. Magically, God provides. Guys, stop breaking my balls down in the comments. You don't know who I am. You don't know what I'm here for. I'm here to take over. The big companies out there are here to take over your life and make you miserable. I'm here to take over in a good way. My heart is on my sleeve. And when we come out and we show you the plan of Tube 1776, you'll understand everything. I need 1 million people to give us $5.89. Let's get to 100,000 first and then 200,000. It's your job. I did my job. My job is done. Now you got to move the movie forward. If you believe me, you will. If you don't, you won't. I'm not here to lie to you. 10 people who tell 10 people who tell 10 people, and that equation happens 9 times. 10 who tell 10, then those 10 tell 10 each, and so on and so on and so on. 9 times, you reach 1 billion people. 10, one person telling 10, 10 telling 10, 10 telling 10. Everybody's responsible for reaching it out to 10 people. 1 billion people. That's how you change the world. That's how you do it. God forbid you do it 10 times because it only works 9 times. If you do it 10 times, those last group of people down there tell 10 to tell there's no 10 billion people on the planet. 1 billion telling 10 each. That's 10 billion. We only have 8. Go figure. I don't need the money because I need to buy a Lamborghini so I could pick up some chicks on the street corner. I'm way beyond that. We got problems on this planet. And these problems takes not patriots, but people that have money, firepower, so that we can make shit happen. I do well. I could go walk away from all of this and never have to look back and wait for the reevaluation of wealth and never, ever have to apologize to anybody because we already have hundreds of thousands of families around the world who have bought that asset, which in my opinion, not financial advice, is going to be much bigger than Bitcoin. I have done my job. Now it's your turn. Yes, if there's any other investors out there and you would like to call me, 786-704-8817. You sign a non-disclosure and non-compete with me, and then I'll show you the plan. And I will blow your mind. 786-704-8817. I will take on as much as maybe 2-3 investors at the most. Or we could raise the money at $5.89 by telling 100,000 people that they should buy the movie starting now. Thank you, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. The movie, by the way, is right down below. Okay? And I'm going to leave a video there before I go. It was Free Energy, something that really turns me on. I'm going to leave a video down there that I sent to Jerry Reed yesterday because he's into free energy. You got to watch this. I mean, you can go buy the stuff at Home Depot for like $29 and you can build your own free energy technology this weekend before you go to work on Monday. And you don't have to be that incredibly knowledgeable. In the video, it tells you exactly how to do it. If I was you, I would download the video and save it on your machine because they're going to take it down. Thank you. And get this movie out to everybody as quickly as possible. Thank you, guys. The Mel Carmine Show begins in just 1 minute. Support the movement. Visit QFS1776.com for exclusive one-of-a-kind merch that makes a powerful statement. Protect your wealth. Cash is trash. Go to carminesgold.com and secure real assets, silver, gold, delivered anywhere in the U.S. Text Mel at 786-704-8817. Looking to acquire XRP? Minimum is $10,000 investment, and there is no limit, even up to $100 million worth. Again, text Mel with full details at 786-704-8817 and allow up to 24 hours for a response. And if by chance you're visiting Cape Canaveral or you are a local, visit stayingalive.com, alive with 2 E's, and recharge your body at the cellular level.